Hello friends, Alaikum. Hope you guys are doing great. I am good. Alhamdulillah. Welcome back to my channel, YAMI's Biology. Hope you guys are doing great, and let's jump into this video. हमारा आज का टॉपिक अबाउट ग्रोथ प्रोमोटिंग हॉर्मोन्स हैं जो कि मेनली प्लांट्स में वर्क करते हैं. सो लेट्स talk about them. What are we going to study? The two factors. The first one is auxin and the second one is gibberellin. These two growth promoting factors, growth promoting hormones, mainly in plants, works well. Let's study each of them in detail. Let's first talk about auxin. Auxin parameters. What are the parameters of auxin, or what auxin does in plants? Now, what auxin does? The first one is cell elongation. You must have seen like the auxin. This is the dwarf plant. When we spray of auxin onto it, it will become much taller with broad leaves, with fruits as well, and its overall processing has increased just because of the spray of auxin which we applied onto here. Yes. The second is it responses to light and gravity. Now, how it is going to respond in the light and gravity? Let's talk about it. It is going to respond to light and gravity. Like if this is the plant, I am just making a rough plant, or should I do the bachon wali version? This is a plant, and if it has auxin, all plants always have auxin, but this is a natural auxin. So what does it does? Like if this is the sun, then obviously, like some plant which is in shade, half of the plant is in shade or half of it is in sun. Yes. So as the rays fall onto the surface of tree, the auxin gets initiated and their division has started, like their increment in size has started. So some plants become more and more in the presence of light, but in the shaded region their growth is inhibited. So in response to light, auxin responds to light and gravity. लाइट के रिस्पॉन्स में इसने किया ये है कि इसने यहाँ पर अपनी ग्रोथ, इट हैज़ इंक्रीज्ड इट्स ग्रोथ टुवर्ड्स द लाइट फैक्टर, एंड दिस इज़ द ग्रेविटी पॉइंट. ग्रेविटी में इसने किया ये है कि इसने अपने आप को ग्रेविटी की तरफ बेंड कर लिया है. यस. So in response to light and gravity, auxin always shows its positive response towards light and gravity. The third point is this apical dominance. Now, what is apical dominance? Apical dominance is a phenomenon in which the apical bud or the upper bud, which has higher quantity of auxin, increased more, and due to this increment the lateral buds, which are the lower buds, their growth retard. So apical dominance is a phenomenon in which due to auxin the apical bud of the plant has increased continuously, and because of this increment the lower buds or the lateral buds height or increment becomes inhibited. And this apical dominance phenomena is mainly due to auxin, because in apical bud the auxin concentration is higher, and because of its increment in the apical bud their size increases as well. And in lateral buds the auxin concentration is not as increased as in apical bud. Okay guys, so the fourth point is the formation of lateral buds. As we have just discussed that because of the high concentration of auxin in the apical bud, their increase in size has become higher, their chances of increment has become higher because of the higher concentration of auxin in them. But what about the lateral buds? Are we supposed to let them what they are? No, lateral buds also should have increased their size, and because of that we spray auxin onto it. So if we spray auxin onto it, then what comes after that? The lateral buds will become increased in their size or high in their size, their height has been increased, and not only the lateral buds but the adventitious roots too. Do you know the difference between the taproot or the adventitious roots? If not, then I am going to be telling you the main difference. Let's talk about the difference between the taproot and adventitious roots. Now, what is taproot? Taproot is actually the root. No, let's talk about the seed. In seed we have a component radicle. What this radicle does, the root which originated from this radicle in the seed are taproot, and the roots which originated somewhere else in the seed but not from radicle are adventitious roots. You might just guess the difference. So this is the first difference. The second difference is taproot has not very much branches, just single branch, or maybe like this. That's it. But moving on to adventitious roots, what is adventitious roots? This is the ground level. These are adventitious roots. They have lots of branches. So let's come towards the auxin. What this auxin does, by the spray of auxin, not only the height or the increment in lateral bud form, but also the growth of adventitious roots also enhances just because of the spray of auxin onto the plant. Moving on to the fifth step, which is delay in leaf abscission. What is this delay in leaf abscission? Let's just first What is abscission? Abscission is the cut off, fall off, or breakage, or that's it. This is the meaning of abscission. Now, leaf abscission is the cut off leaf from the plant by natural ways. तो लीफ का झड़ जाना, दिस इज एब्सिशन, लीफ एब्सिशन. बट लीफ के अलावा अगर हम फ्रूट भी कहें तो कहना बुरा नहीं होगा. दैट ऑक्सिन promotes delay in the leaf or fruit abscission. You might guess about, we have an apple tree in which lots of apples are grown, and because of its very very high concentration of apples onto a single plant, the concentration, the apple definitely are not able to go to the ripening stage, because only a limited amount of sunlight thrown on it, limited amount of, this is a single plant, this is going to do the energy process or the photosynthesis process just because of its need. It is, but as the concentration of apple has increased onto a single plant, it is not able to give all of them the proper nourishment for their ripening, for their green color to turns red of apple. So what happens here? Plant cut off leaf, cut off some apple to make the rest of the apple properly nourished for edible processes. But this delay in, this is the normal plant process. But if we want to have, not an apple tree, but if we want to have some other plant and we want to have its high level of yield, we do not want its abscission earlier, तो उस मामले में हम क्या करते हैं, we spray auxin onto the plant so the abscission process will become delayed. In case if the fruit or leaves have not properly ripened or properly matured, but if a plant, like अगर ये plant है तो उसमें हाँ ये होगा कि अगर कोई fruit properly ripen नहीं हुआ है, properly पका हुआ नहीं है, तो ऑक्सिन क्या करेगा, उसकी डिले को रोक देगा, डिले कर देगा, मतलब रोकेगा नहीं, डिले कर देगा उसकी एब्सिशन को, उसके कट ऑफ होने को. बट अगर तो वो प्रॉपरली राइपेंड है लेकिन उतर नहीं रहे हैं, झड़ नहीं रहे हैं प्लांट से, तो ऑक्सिन रिवर्स काम करेगा, वो उसे झड़ने में मदद देगा. ये देता कैसे है मैं आपको बताती हूँ. जैसे दिस इज द ब्रांच, वी हैव एप्पल हियर, sorry if we have an apple here, this is the branch of a tree. Okay, so this portion from where it is connected to the fruit, this portion ऑक्सिन इसे गला देता है, जिसकी वजह से ये यहाँ से इस काबिल नहीं रहता कि वो इस प्लांट, इस फ्रूट का वेट उठा सके. एंड जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस यहाँ से एब्सिशन हो जाती है. ओके गाइस, मैंने आपको, वैसे तो ये 2 पॉइंट बनते थे लेकिन मैंने आपको एक में ही समझा दिया. डिले इन लीफ एब्सिशन प्लस fruit development, both have been worked under this spray of auxin. Yes. Okay guys, so moving on to our final topic, which is application of auxin in agriculture. Now, what are the applications of auxin in agriculture? Like, it is commercially used in agriculture for natural plant growth plus horticulture for artificial gardening purposes or the art of gardening purposes. Okay, so the next point is the early commercial use is the promotion of flowering. It promotes flowering in what? In pineapple and yeah, just in pineapple. Also, it promotes parthenocarpy. Now, what is parthenocarpy? Parthenocarpy is the formation of seedless fruits. You know, we have seedless apples as well. This is just because of this auxin. Okay, so the next point is it can also be used as an herbicide or weed killer. But in this process, synthetic auxin is used. Natural auxin cannot be used because the plant has ability to easily disable them, but synthetic auxin has been used in herbicide processes to kill some weed, jharpunj. And the last one is just यही बताया गया है कि सिंथेटिक और ऑक्सिन is more effective. These are the applications of auxin in agriculture. The very first one is commercially used in agriculture and horticulture, and the second one is promotion of flowering in pineapple. It promotes parthenocarpy. It can be used as a herbicide, which is a weed killer, but in this process synthetic auxin is used because it is more effective rather than the auxin which is produced by the plants. Thank you so much guys for watching this auxin video. I'll definitely make another video about gibberellin soon, but till then stay positive, stay happy, and Allah Hafiz.